until you know interruption. And you're home, oh, on the phone.
Hey, what's up guys, SJ here, back with another awesome video for you guys today. So good to see you guys. And today, finally, I am bringing the video that I always, tend to hold off. I don't know why. And that being base reviews. And I'm really excited for this. And before I start, be sure to keep in mind that some of you guys may know way more Clash of Clans than I do. And in case of you guys, and if you guys see that some of the things I say in my base review you don't really agree with, just watch this for entertainment purposes, because you did request my base review and you may not agree. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one. Alright, so the first base review is from Soul Stealer from the Mug Defenders. And let's just go ahead and get into the base. It looks like Soul Stealer, you have a level 8 Town Hall, and you do not seem rushed at all, which is awesome. Alright, so some pros of the base I see that you have you've done a pretty good job with your main defenses, like your splash damage defenses, and what I mean is mortars, wizard towers, and air defense. And I really like the way you spread them out. You put the mortars, your 4 mortars in a square, and then you've put your wizard towers in a triangle. No, don't say Illuminati confirmed. It doesn't exist, I swear. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Alright, so, and then you put your air defense also in a triangle, and that does not equal the Illuminati, but it does equal very, very good layout of those defenses. It's always good. Usually you have 3 of each. In this case, Tunnel 8, they've upgraded the amount. Now you're able to have 4 of each. No, 4 mortars, and I think you did a really, really good job spreading those things out. One thing I do note, though, is your placement of your center region. And so right here, I see you've centered your Dark Elixir, which I totally understand. Looks like you are using Dark... I'm guessing you want to protect your Dark Elixir while you're trophy pushing, which is good, and your container is pretty upgraded. I do understand that, but if I were you, so I think I would definitely keep a Dark Elixir in the center. I have no problem with that. Dark Elixir farming's very important. You did put your king in the center. King's good for defense, I do admit. But then, since you're in a clan, and your clan's level 2, which I can see that you do get good troops, I think I would think of swapping where the clan castle is with your king. And the reason for that is because, I think I would definitely centralize it a little more. But, that's really up to you. That's just what I think I would do. Another thing that I see that's pretty good is, in the case of your archer towers, let's go ahead and erase... Oh god, sorry about that. Alright, let's get rid of that. So in the case of our archer towers, you did put them in a nice, sort of in the outside. You spread them out pretty well, which is nice. I also really like that. Your cannons are guarding all corners of your base, which is also a really good thing. And overall, I think your base is really good. And I'm guessing you do have a bunch of traps in that center, in these areas right here. If you don't, you definitely should put some traps. Or you can trick people into raiding here and, put in giant bombs or stuff like that. And I really like how all of your buildings are all enclosed inside one circle, unlike what people think. This is actually a really good strategy so that, you don't get free percentages. And all your buildings are in the range of a defense, which is really, really good. This army camp may not, but that's just one army camp. So, Soul Stealer from the Mug Defenders, your base is definitely up there, and I think your base is very good. And I apologize for the noise going around, which you may hear. I don't know if the camera mic is picking up on that. But yeah, that was the first base review. It was Soul Stealer by Mug Defenders. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The next base we are going to be looking at is CJ from JesusLovesU. And before we begin, some of you guys are like, oh my god, he has destroyed buildings. Well, there's only one building destroyed in his case, and it's only the town hall. He is farming, so when I did take a screenshot, he was raided. Luckily, only his town hall was destroyed, so that shouldn't affect this base review too much at all. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in. So, looks like you, CJ, you have made a pretty good farming base. I see that it is one of those open bases where it has opened up gaps and that kind of stuff. And I really apologize for the noise going on right now. Some sort of noise from outside. I think it's construction or something is going on. So, yeah, that's good. So, right here, the first thing I noticed is, as, who was that? Soul Stealer. I remember you. Soul Stealer did. He did a really good job placing all his splash damage defenses around the base. He has all of his mortars all in a square, and then he has his wizard towers all in a triangle, and then he also has his air defense in a triangle, and that's really good. That part of your base is, you know, what you definitely should do, and something that everyone's going to point out if you don't have that. Next, let's go ahead and look at your archer tower placement. So you have, how many archer towers do you have? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 archer towers. You definitely place them pretty well, but one thing I do notice is that you did place your 2 archer towers fairly on the outside. So after, you know, this cannon is destroyed in the case of giants or just other troops in general, when they do come in, they're gonna come in here if they attack from the bottom. And after that, they're probably gonna take out the king fairly easily. So after all that, they're probably gonna go for your archer towers, and especially with the archer towers with the new rapid speed upgrade, archer towers are extremely valuable this game. And I think I would go ahead and switch out. Let's go ahead and get a different color. I think I would go ahead and switch out your archer tower with your cannon and set your archer tower still in. The archer tower's range should still be like to about here, so I definitely think that that's what I would try and do. Definitely up to you, but yeah, that's that. And yeah, and this way also your archer towers are also more spread up, get in this area if you do get over there and stuff. One thing I noticed is you did a really good job in terms of spreading out your loot and centralizing your clan castle, your dark elixir and your clan castle in the center, then your gold and elixir, and then you fairly spread out your storages, and you've surrounded them with various defenses, and that's really good. And I'm guessing you do have some sort of, you know, you have some giant bombs here. If you don't have giant bombs here, I would definitely add them. Not in your clan, so I can, you know, look for your bombs. But that's that. Your lava. So one thing that's kind of negative about your base is you did spread around buildings. You put your builders' huts right here and stuff like that. You know, this isn't a trophy base, so this really doesn't matter. You're aiming to lose your raids anyways, and it doesn't matter. But, you know, I would recommend putting your builders' huts in, and this is just in the future, CJ, when you do start trophy pushing. Definitely be aware. Also, this lavatory is just up for free percentages, so I would definitely do something here. Another really cool thing I realized is you have managed to fit all your collectors like inside the walls, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, great base, CJ. Just I wrote all over your base, so it's kind of chaos, but yeah, you have a really nice base. Just maybe a few things could be moved around, and definitely think of putting your buildings in. But other than that, very nice base, CJ, from the clan JesusLovesU. Let's go ahead and move on to the next base. Alright, the next base is the Master from Tezlas core. Alright, and he has some broken buildings. Let me just go ahead and highlight them real quick. These are army camps. I'm guessing this is a group of builders' huts right here. And this is an elixir drill. Let's go ahead and highlight that in pink so that you know that. Pretty pink. So this is an elixir drill, and that right there, I have checked before, unfortunately when I was taking these screenshots yesterday, your buildings were kind of destroyed. This is a laboratory. This is a elixir storage. Let's go ahead and get that color again. This is an elixir storage. Man, I forgot to look at these. I'm guessing... Oh man, there's so many destroyed buildings. It's gonna make it harder than I thought. Alright, sorry about that. I do have the Master's base pulled up right here. So previously, yeah, I'm just making sure. So yeah, again, destroyed builders' huts right on the left-hand side. Army camp, and all of that. And right here, as I said, that building right there, highlighted in dark purple, is a laboratory. The two pink highlighted are indeed elixir collectors. This one right here is indeed an elixir storage. This right here, let's go ahead and get some red. Now, how about some dark red? And this is an air defense, just so you guys know. And this right here, let's go ahead and get a brown. Alright. Sorry about that, I should have taken a better screenshot. Alright, so this right here is a mortar. And, man, there's so many... sorry, guys, I didn't even realize how many destroyed buildings there were. This right here, is a... I'm just gonna color it in. Wait one second. Alright, so this right here is a wizard tower. The one next to that is... let's go ahead and get this. Alright, so this is an archer tower. You can cross these. Archer tower, and then there is a cannon right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And finally, there is a gold mine right here. Okay, I should have taken a better screenshot personally, but let's go ahead and get this going. Alright. So, the Master from Tezlas core, and by the way, I had his base pulled up. I was kind of cheating, but it's still all good, right? So, yeah, the Master from Tezlas core, I really like your base, and by really, I really do mean it. It's a Town Hall 6, and I think you've handled things very well in terms of placement. So Town Hall 6, and it's one of the most limited, but needing town halls where you start to get into high levels, so you need a good base, but then there's no symmetricity at all. So, first, let's just go to pros. I really like the way you have placed your archer towers in a triangle, because there's 3 of them. That's good. You've placed your mortars in a line. Town Hall 6 only has 2 mortars, so that's the best you can get. You have centralized your clan castle, like, right smack in the middle. That is just awesome. And then you have your town hall feeding right below it. That is a really good trophy-based layout. And you have your 2 wizard towers right here. You may be able to center your wizard towers, maybe... I know this is extremely tricky because you have such a limited amount of walls. You may want to look at switching your elixir collector and your wizard tower together. I mean, like, just switch them around. That may be one factor. Or, I mean, this is good. You can just leave that. So, your building placements in terms of your main defenses, they're excellent. Like, your archer towers, your cannons are also spread out very well. So, yeah, your building placement is excellent. And I think you've made really good advantage of your walls. Definitely very good system. and best Town Hall 6 base I've seen so far, better than the one I had when I was Town Hall 6. But one thing I want to point out is, let's get rid of all that ink in the center. That looks ugly. Okay, so one thing I want to point out here is look at all these spread out buildings. Like, and if you do look here, people, and you're trophy pushing the master, and you're trophy pushing. And if you notice all these buildings, as you can see, they're all destroyed. And you know, there is a chance where people aren't gonna see these spread out buildings. Like, that's happened to me a million times. And you may take the risk of going to, you know, like, making the person get out of time. But, you know, one thing is, I definitely recommend putting all these buildings in. Right now, when I say this, like, out of Town Hall 6, you're like, you know, this system's worked out well. But trust me, once you start getting into higher leagues, people are gonna look for these, and I really recommend putting these in. Maybe, like, put this army camp, like, maybe here. Maybe put, like, a builder's hut here. And these buildings can also act as a source of defense. Like, there's these big gaps. You definitely could put an army camp in these two sections and stuff like that. I really recommend putting your buildings in. That's really one big thing. But other than that, the master, I think your base is excellent. And just be sure to put those buildings in. And maybe try to centralize your wizard towers a little bit better. They are a bit on the outside, but that's still good. Great base, the master. Let's go ahead and move on to the fourth base. Alright, the next base is dipz with a Z, because that makes it extra cool, from the unknown Ghosts. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this base review. Alright, so this dipz is farming. And he has made a farming base. Great. Your town hall is on the very outside. Alright, so let's first go ahead, look at your placement of splash damage units. Alright, so I do see that you have done a triangle with your 3 mortars. That's definitely good. This is a wide triangle, but in the case of Town Hall 7, Town Hall 7 is like the most trickiest Town Hall to make a symmetrical base, because you just have such a weird number of buildings. You did do a good job putting them in a triangle. I think I would try and make a more acute triangle. Maybe put like a mortar, let's say. You know, I think one thing could be, you definitely could put your mortars where your elixir collectors are. I mean, your, not your collectors, your storages are. So here, here, and here. And this way, this makes it a better triangle. And you could place your mortars, like here, and you can put your storages where your mortars are. I hope you get what I mean. Let's make that more clear. So you put your storages in where the mortar is, and then move the mortar out, and out, and that's gonna give it a way better triangle shape, and that's gonna help a lot. I think that's what you should definitely. Also, your storages are gonna be more in, and your mortar range is gonna be able to hit larger areas of your base, like right here and here, and it'll be in a better triangle. That's one thing I would recommend. In the case of your air defenses, you did an excellent job centering them right here. I think that is awesome. You also put your wizard towers in a nice line. They are a bit on the outside, but I think in the case of the base layout you have, and with this cyclone-ish base, that's the best you can get that. That's pretty good. What I see is you are Dark Elixir farming, and I totally understand. I don't want to be that guy to be like, hey, don't do that. You know, your clan castle could be a little bit more centered, but then you could say, like, where else? Since your wizard tower is already, like, on the very outside of the base, like right here, I think you could definitely, let's get a color that shows up, man. Clash of Clans. Let's go in. Well, I think you could switch these around. You could definitely consider that, because, you know, unlike what most people think, the clan castle is actually one of the best sources of defense, and that's what I think also, so that's definitely one thing I would do. Now, let's look at your archer towers. Archer towers are placed, like, excellent. You have nothing to improve your archer towers, and that's awesome. The way you put your archer towers in a square, I think that is awesome. Also, the placement of your little storages, I think they're awesome, but again, I think you could switch them out with mortars. That way mortars are more protected, and your storages are also more protected and all of that. Your cannon placement's good. It's evenly distributed around the base. One thing that I do recommend is your buildings are fairly spread out. Maybe you could move these back by, like, let's say one tile, just by one tile, because because in the case of collectors and when you're farming, people are going to attack. Like, for example, if I were to put like an archer here, I would be able to get this collector, and definitely put your collectors in, especially if they're collectors, and maybe you could put this lab a little more in, or you don't have to, but I definitely would try to protect my collectors, put them like right against the wall. You may be like, they can get percentages and they might start digging in, but you do realize that people that like legitimately attack your farming base are actually gonna like want to get into the central region. So I definitely think that putting your collectors in, protecting them a little more, so that people just don't get free percentages. And when you're farming, you do use your shields, so your collectors do get fairly full, and people can get easy loot off of that, especially by barching. That's what a lot of barchers look for, so that's what I would do. But dipz, you have a pretty good base layout, pretty cool also, cool looking, the Cyclone. Thanks so much for requesting a base review. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, the next base request is from AidenKiller720 from Canada. Sorry, I'm terrible at singing. Okay, so, let's go ahead and get into this base. AidenKiller, you are around the same level as I am, so that's gonna be awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and first look at your splash damage-y type defenses, and you have done like the best job. You have put your mortars in an awesome square like that. You've put your air defenses in a triangle. That's just awesome. And you spread out your wizard towers just in a triangle. That's the best. That's really good. That's just in the case of that placement, that's good. Also, your clan castle is like right in the smack of the base, the central smack of the base. So that's extremely good. All right, next. I see that you only have. Never mind. Yeah, that's right. So you have your collectors right here. I, for some reason, thought we had Town Hall 8 had four storages, but I'm like, no, you don't. Okay, so yeah, you have your storages all in a section. Let's get into color. They're all in like a section. Especially your elixir storages, they're all in a section protected by one defense. Looks like you have a lot of upgrades going on, so which is good for a farming base. Looks like you got a lot of loot, and I see that. That's good. Your archer towers are also, they each have their own little section to protect, and there is a cannon, like, in the range of archer towers. In this case, oops, you do not have a cannon in range of an archer tower. Let's see. But you do have two archer towers right next to each other. But yeah, I really like the way how you have cannons in the range of an archer tower. That's something that's always recommended. That's also really, really good. Let's see, your pumps and everything, they are protected really well. That's one thing you would definitely look for in a farming base. Your buildings are also very, very close. No sparse buildings. You've also done a really good job in terms of protecting your army camp so that people don't get free percentages. This is a really compact and really, really good base layout for Town Hall 8. I think this is a really good base, and also by all the upgrades that are occurring right now, I can definitely see that this base is successful. So AidenKiller720, your base almost has no cons. In my opinion, I think this is a really, really good base. And some of you may disagree with me, but I think this is a good base. Yeah. Aiden Killer 720, thank you so much for requesting. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, the next base is Dragontamer from my own clan, M.V.P Champions, aka Sebastian, aka Sebastian Rocks 2. Alright, but anyways, aside from all his other accounts, he asked for me to review his Dragontamer account. And I can definitely see from one glance that Dragontamer has, I'm just going to refer to it as Dragontamer so there's no confusion, but Dragontamer has, you know, just upgraded to Town Hall 8. I can see that by his walls, and these, these defenses just all just lying in the front, like nothing's going on. But since I do know that, I will forgive you on that, Dragontamer, and I will just make it look like these outer defenses don't exist, and I know that you're gonna make a better base as, you know, time goes on, because you did just upgrade Town Hall 8, or you were inactive. Either one. Either way, I'll just ignore those for you. Yeah, I see. Alright, so mortars are in a triangle. It's in a pretty far part, you know, this bottom section. Triangle, and these air defenses are in the center, and your 2 wizard towers are right here. I said I was gonna ignore the outer buildings, but I kind of can't help it. I think you could switch out your king with this wizard tower, especially because the mortar, this mortar is just down here, and this northern region is like just open for an invasion coming from here. So I think I would definitely do that right now. That's something you can do right now. It's really easily. Since you are trophy pushing, you did do a good job protecting your town hall. You have your clan castle in the center, which is good. You have some traps right here, which is also good. And you have this, I'm guessing there is like no, there are no traps, because he's in my clan, and see. I think I would put some bombs in here. Yeah, the northern region, I see that you've put lots of traps here, but if I were raiding, I think I would definitely come from here, if I were raiding, because that's just an open area. Over here, I just see chaos going on, and I wouldn't even touch that area. I think I would put at least, you know, just get one spring trap. I think I would put at least one spring trap right here. And in the case of me, which I use each heals in strategy, that's going to get like usually half my giants. So I think that is one thing that's definitely good. I really like how you have like condensed all your buildings. Like the raider cannot get free percentages off of Sebastian. So that's really good. You know, you did just upgrade Town Hall 8, so I do know that this layout was meant for Town Hall 7. For that, I think that's good. It's also a pretty good trophy base. And yeah, pretty good base you got. Dragontamer, aka Sebastian Rocks 2. He may have more accounts. I just only remember 3 of them. So yeah, that's that. Let's move on to the last but not least person, who is ItsMiguelHoez from Nothing to Lose. Sorry your base review came in last. I just this was in no particular order, so don't take anything personally. But MiguelHoez, he has a Town Hall 7, and you know, it's awesome. And first glance, your base is definitely not rushed. Really good. So let's go ahead and get into the first splash damages. Let's go ahead and look at those. Your mortars are in a nice triangle shape, which is awesome. Definitely what, you know, I would always recommend doing with mortars. And then you have, you know, you only have 2 wizard towers in Town Hall 7, so you have your 2 wizard towers right there. That's really well-centered wizard towers, so definitely good. And you have your 2 air defenses like that. I think you've done a really good job. As you can see, it's an X and a triangle. That's a really good shape and what you would go for in the Town Hall 7. So I think you've done like a really good job in terms of laying out your splash damage defenses in Town Hall 7. Next, you have a farming base. So I see that all your loot is in the center with no defense, just smack in the center, Dark Elixir in the center. That is good. I think that you did a really good job. And then you have these sections which are, and I just noticed this, but you have this little section which is symmetrical on each side. Wizard Tower, Mortar, Air Defense, and also right here you've had it reversed, but that's for symmetricity and even distribution around the base. It's Air Defense, Mortar, Wizard Towers. So I think that's very good. Your 4 Archer Towers are in a square, and that is awesome. One thing you could work on is trying to center your clan castle a little more. Definitely, I would consider swapping these two things out. But then again, you know, you want to protect your Dark Elixir. But you know, if you aren't really going for Dark Elixir, you know, I see that your Dark Elixir collector, I mean, your storage isn't too full. I would definitely, you know, think of swapping it around. Where if you're trying to save up on Dark Elixir, just leave it as that. But centering your clan castle is something that you would definitely want to do right here. One thing I noticed is you have this spot open right here, and noticing this is only one wall open. Why don't you get, you know, this wall, these walls, and fill it up right here? Why don't we fill it up? Because at least you'll have one closed section, and looking from here, you know, this section only carries one defense. This area, if this is the area giants are gonna like break through, unless they're being super smart and going for the mortar like in the center region. I mean, in like the mortar on the very bottom of the base, they're gonna go for those areas. So I think I would definitely close those areas up by getting those walls down. Another thing is the spell factory is up for just free percentage, although it doesn't matter, you're farming and it doesn't have anything to do with loot. Maybe you can move this down by one tile worth. That's good. You know, other than that, I think your base is pretty good. Also, you have this wall just lying here. Move your laboratory back and use that wall to fill up that area. That's one thing I would definitely do. You know, no reason not to. But and I also like how your collectors are all in the area, just all, you know, clustered together on the base. So that's extremely good. Alright, I think that concludes our base reviews for this video. ItsMiguelHoez, great base, and special thanks to all of you guys who requested a base review and making this video a possibility. For those of you guys that I may have missed or commented your base a little too late on that video, because I did retrieve these bases like let's say the 2 days after I posted that video, so I did retrieve them a little early. If you want a future base review, be sure to comment your bases down there in the comment section down below. I will look back at this video and retrieve all your bases. I do base reviews every few months. I don't do them too often. So even if you're like, maybe my clan might switch, when it's time for me to do a base review, I'll go in the comments. If I can't find you in your clan, I will go ahead and reply to your comment and tell you that I can't find you. And you can definitely give me your updated information. All that should work out. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Base reviews are kind of a special video because I don't do them too often. And I don't raid for you guys, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want future base reviews, be sure to give this video a like and tell me what you guys think. Also, if you have some more tips for the bases that I just reviewed, other than the ones I have, I will have a list of all the people I reviewed at which time down there in the description. You can look back at the bases and maybe tell these people a little more tips in the comment section down below, because I am aware that a lot of you guys are more knowledgeable than I am in terms of Clash of Clans, and that's going to be very helpful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This was SJ, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.